Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. Today's reading is titled, Who Are You Becoming? I have three pals for you to choose from. As always, you are welcome to pick more than one, but please pick using your intuition. Before you make those selections, go ahead and hype this video and go ahead and like this video and go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you vibe with this video, okay? I'm going to give you all a second to pick and then we're going to go ahead and get started with pile number one. Alrighty, we're going to go ahead and get started with pile number one. So pile number one, who are you becoming? We're first going to read your channeled messages and then we will get into the cards next. So you have gone beyond the veil. Your spiritual gifts are upgrading at this time. And you are realizing that a lot of what you've been taught to believe is really a lie. The truth is stranger than fiction. A lot of you here could be healing from religious trauma and religious psychosis. You're overcoming heavy emotions at this time and you are breaking out of this matrix. And what I mean by that is you're breaking out of these imaginary rules, especially rules that stem from religion, especially rules that create oppression. You're breaking free and you are liberating yourself from that. You're becoming more open-minded. Somebody here could be looking into like Kundalini awakening, or you could be experiencing that at this time. You may even be experiencing like a spiritual awakening. You may find yourself more attuned to like energies and like spirits. Some of you could have mediumship abilities here because paranormal experiences are coming up for some of you. There's a lot of new energy and you are realizing that there's something bigger outside of religion. Somebody here could be researching aliens, or you may feel like an alien. Okay. You're learning how to rest. You're learning how to say no. And someone here could have Chiron and Sagittarius. And you don't have to, but with that placement, a lot of the times those people struggle to like form their own opinions because other people may try to criticize it or downplay it or make them feel like they're crazy for thinking something. So honor what you feel, honor what you think. A lot of you here already have psychic gifts, and it's like it's upgrading to a point where you may be the kind of person like, if you've ever seen the show called The Good Witch, Cassie, she was the kind of person that will be turned around and somebody will walk in and she'll know exactly who it is based off how they open the door. Like she can tell. So you could be that your hearing is really good, or your hearing, you are upgrading spiritually. So you could have clear audience. So somebody here could have like bat hearing. And by bat hearing, I mean BAT, like the bats that fly around. You could hear really good. Your hearing is going to increase. Even if you listen to music really loud, you still have really good hearing. Your faith is increasing and your relationship with the Most High is strengthening because Spirit is going to show you more and more signs to show you how much you're loved and how you are divinely connected, okay? You're no longer playing nice because nice and kind are two different things. So you're learning that difference, okay? You could even be looking into like conspiracy theories in like the music industry and like the dark parts of it. Maybe you're a person that you want to be a musician, but you don't want to get into that weird, highly weird stuff. So you're looking into that. You could even be looking into like the ingredients in our food and that kind of thing. And you're looking at the conspiracy theories about the sun and the moon is coming through, or flat earth and the planets, like that kind of thing is coming through. So you may be like going down a rabbit hole and educating yourself on new topics outside of what you've been taught here. Somebody here could have been very, very logical and very, very skeptical, but you're learning like there's more to life than you thought. Took you a while, huh? But yeah, that is what came through in your channeled messages, my love. So let's read your cards. So the first card is strangeness. So this goes back to that conspiracy theories. And I just feel like you're seeing the flaws in a lot of things. You're seeing the flaws in religion and family and just seeing how a lot of what we've been taught is literally a lie. It makes me think about Shira 7 because I love watching her. I always take what she say with a grain of salt because I know there are some people who don't agree with her messages, but she's right. Like this is how the world has been programmed. So she's showing you how to coexist in that programming so that you're benefited. And one of her videos really stood out to me when she said, never play fair in an unfair world. And it's making me think about your situation here, pal number one. It's like you're realizing, like, we're taught to treat people how we want to be treated, but people don't do that. So you're realizing, like, a lot. I'm also picking up here somebody could be questioning if like karma is even real. So again, it's like this energy of you like looking at what you've been taught and realizing that a lot of it is contradictory to what's in reality, like what we actually experience on a day-to-day basis. So you're breaking out of the matrix and you're seeing things from a different perspective because I'm seeing the movie Divergent. And remember when they went over that wall that they weren't supposed to cross because it was considered so dangerous, but nothing was actually over there. They just didn't want the people to escape. There's something about you breaking free from some type of programming or mindset that just does not serve you anymore. Because the next card we have is letting go. So you're letting go of mindsets, beliefs, and habits that don't serve you. You could even be getting away from people who keep trying to program you to believe a certain way. So let's say, you used to be a Christian. Let's say you still believe in it, a little bit, but you have people around you who are overly or like fundamentally religious. You may be called to cut those people off because they're not a part of your path. It's not meant for you to be fundamentally religious. No. Some of you could be Aquarius here because your energy is very unique. Speaking of Aquarius, we have Uranus. You're becoming a person that is brand new. You're no longer being controlled by the programming of your family, of society, of the church, none of that, because a lot of it is very contradictory. And you're realizing, like, why should I follow these rules if nobody else is following them anyway? Listen, we live in a world that is very performative. Everybody might as well call themselves an actor or an actress because that's the world we live in. And you are realizing that and you're cracking a lot of codes. You're breaking down like paradigms that just don't serve you and illusions. And it's like you're seeing the truth and you may have some resistance. So you may have people that are like, why do you believe in that? Or try to make you feel like you're doing something wrong because you're breaking free from that programming. No, it's think of like the Men in Black, if you've ever seen that. And think about The Matrix, the actual movie. Look how people act when they don't want you to see the truth. Exactly. The next card we have is trust. So you're learning how to trust God, spirit, the universe, whatever you refer to the most high as. You're learning that your intuition is on point. When you feel something from somebody, it's true. The Holy Spirit speaks through you and to you, pal number one. So when you get a vibe, honey, when you get that vibe, and let me tell you how this vibe plays out. It's usually like for some of y'all can't hide it on y'all face. Like when you see somebody weird, it's hard for you to pretend because you're not fake. That's why. But whenever you around a weird person, you can tell when they weird because you get this weird feeling in your stomach. You get it in your stomach. And it's also in your gut. That's why they call it a gut feeling. It starts and in your stomach, travels to the gut, and it's just like it sits there and it's a heaviness. And it makes you feel uncomfortable. That's how you know a person's weird, okay? The next card that we have is Uranus. So I believe we already talked about this a little bit, but you are gaining a lot of new ideas. You're stepping more into who you want to be. It's like you're unmasking, especially if you're neurodivergent. You could be embracing your neurodivergence and unmasking at this time. Okay, take what resonates, but it's like you're showing the world who you really are. And you're no longer hiding behind groups. You're no longer hiding behind the status quo. You're breaking free from that. And I feel like this is such a milestone for you. You remind me of somebody I know, but I feel that person's energy. And it's like, it's a beautiful thing. And I'm so proud of you, pal number one, because it takes a lot to get out of that damn matrix. But you made it. So welcome to the other side. It's nice to have you. um, but yeah, it's like you've you've reached this new understanding about life and how it literally is a canvas that we can paint. It literally is up to us. It literally is in our hands. And you're realizing that, okay? That's the person you're becoming, a person that's more disciplined. We have Capricorn. You're becoming more disciplined with your goals. And you're not allowing people to criticize what you want to do for a career choice. You could have people in your family or just people around you that may have, tried to give you their 2 cents, like, oh, I think you should do this or you should consider this. And I feel like you feel controlled, sometimes by people's opinions. That's Chiron and Sagittarius. It's like you have to break free from what they want you to do because it's your life. Yes, people can give you suggestions. They can give you suggestions based on, your strengths and what they see you can do. And some of them may mean well, but you have to listen to you. And I feel like that is what you're learning. A lot of you are already embodying this energy, but for those of you who are learning that, stay on that path. It takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. Okay? And then your last card is the Six of Wands. Okay, you are in your winning season. So if you keep accomplishing those goals, you will make it to the other side like you already have. You will be successful. Believe in yourself, okay? I believe in you and I know that you can do it. All right. I love you. Mwah. Peace. You're going to move on to pile number 2. So, pile number 2, who are you becoming? We're going to first start with your channeled messages and then get to your cards next. So, pile number 2, you need to give yourself a round of applause, honey, because you are breaking generational curses. You're breaking generational cycles. You're the one in your family that's doing things differently. You're not going with those old traditions that are harmful. You are the one in your family that's going to speak up when there's a predator. You're the one that's going to heal that lack mindset and that poverty mindset. You could be the first rich person in your family, pal number 2. You're becoming that, okay? You're learning how to ride the waves of the sea. So water could be very significant. Maybe you are a water sign or you spend a lot of time by the water or you need to go by the water because there's something about you learning how to ride the waves and feel those tides, okay? You're becoming more calm and less reactive, and you know your worth. You're moving into this energy of knowing your worth so you don't have to prove it. You're learning to engage in conflict maturely. Like you're learning how to not crash out or, cry and get your emotions deeply involved. It's like you're learning techniques that help you to say less than necessary. Like I've been seeing somebody here could work in HR, by the way, but I've been seeing videos that show how to speak like in corporate language and how you can have professional arguments and professional ways to defend yourself. So some of you could be doing that. And even if you don't work in HR or corporate here, it's like you're learning how to speak up for yourself more. You're learning how to stand in your truth and stand on business. Okay. This is who you're becoming. You have more boundaries. You're also becoming more creative and you're becoming more physically beautiful. Okay. And you're having this glow up, but it's because it's coming from the inside. So you could see your appearance changing, honey. You could have more people looking at you. It's because you're very, very beautiful and it's radiating from the inside. Like, look at this picture. You see how the sun is like radiating and then it brings up all this beauty here, the clouds. It's like different colors. Like there's some purple and that kind of stuff. That is you. That's you. And I start hearing that song by Lucky Day. It's called That's You. So you could have people romantically interested in you at this time. And I want to say those affirmations are working. You could be doing some affirmations or you could be listening to like meditations, music that makes you feel good about yourself. Or you could be listening to like subliminals and doing self-hypnosis and it's working. Okay, they really do work. Just so y'all know. Okay. Somebody here could have just had a baby. Take what resonates. All right. Somebody could have just had a baby and you're getting used to being a parent. Okay. And if not, somebody could have had like a niece or a nephew. There's a new baby in the family for this pile. Take what resonates. And if not, somebody could be expecting, but take what resonates. This doesn't have to be you. Okay. And then this is also metaphorical. So if it's not a physical, like an actual child coming, you're birthing something new. Who are you becoming? You could be working on a new project. You could be writing a book. You could be writing an album at this time. Okay. You're doing something new creatively. So if you're making an album, honey, yes. And let me tell you something. Put it out on a Venus day, okay? Put it out on a Venus day, on a Friday. Because if you look at the planets, they're all ruling, not all the planets, but most of them are ruling like certain days, right? Monday is ruled by the moon, Tuesday is ruled by Mars, Wednesday is ruled by Mercury, Thursday is ruled by Jupiter, Friday is Venus, Saturday is Saturn, and Sunday is the sun. So whatever the theme of your album is, you could also change it. So if your album is about you shifting and growing, put it out on a Thursday. That's a Jupiter day. That's expansion. You know, if it was an angry album, if it's like a heartbreak album, you know, put it out on a Monday during the moon or something. Or if it's an album about you glowing up, put it out on a Sunday because that's light, that's Leo. But I recommend a Friday because it's a Venus day. And I feel it would definitely align with you. I just felt the need to say that for somebody. Put it out on a Friday, okay? And make sure you do it too when it's like the energy is very potent. So look for the moon to be in like Pisces too, because that's dealing with music. So it should be on a Friday during the moon in Pisces. You could even look up planetary hours. You could do it during a Venus hour or a Mercury hour so people can be listening to it. I know some people are like, girl, what are you talking about? That's why you have to do your research. I'm very nerdy, okay? I am a nerd. I don't look like the stereotypical nerd because our society says nerds look a certain way, but I know a lot more than people think, okay? So, yeah, do that. And that's for those of you who that resonates for. If that's not for you, just skip over that, okay? Crows and frogs could be significant. You have a lot of good fortunes coming in too. You're becoming a person where your writing is improving. You could be very poetic. That's why I was picking up a songwriter, a writer of in some way. And you're also learning how to speak your truth to people who play in your face, and you're learning how to do it like without crashing out or without having a big reaction. You're learning how to just go on about your business. You're becoming more wise. Pound number two, I feel like back in the day it was easy for people to get like a reaction out of you. Now it's not. You starve people of reactions. Pound number two, that is who you're becoming. A person where you don't let BS bother you. You don't let petty stuff bother you. And people who try to humble you, you don't allow them to humble you. I had a recent experience the other day with somebody trying to do that to me because their whole intention for messaging me was to try to play like they was going to give me a business opportunity and then take it back before I even got a chance to respond, because the goal was never to give me the opportunity. The goal was to try to make me feel bad for not having it. And I blocked that person immediately. You know, I'm trying to get better at not blocking because I've blocked a lot of people in my life, and I'm trying to get better, but some people deserve it, okay? So some of you could be becoming a type of person too, where you're no nonsense anymore. It's like people cannot come to you with disrespect and smile in your face with it. It's like you're shutting that shit down all the way. You're becoming more stern, and you don't play about yourself anymore. Pound number two. You don't play about you anymore. That's who you're becoming, okay? And you could be teaching people a lot at this time, like helping them understand things. And some of you could literally be a teacher here. Take what resonates. So you're being viewed as a good teacher as well. Somebody here could be almost getting like, you know, what they call it, like a tenure, or you want to get something like that. It's something where you work at a school for a long time. So if you do that, you will get that. So just keep going, pound number two, if you are a teacher, okay? Or you teach in some way. Or you could have been a teacher in your past, and this is just confirmation that this is your reading, all right? Take what resonates. So let's get in your cards, honey. So the first one we have is intensity. So with this intense energy, it's like you may have had anger problems growing up, or you struggled with like regulating your emotions, or maybe you struggle with like just crying a lot, and now you're learning how to balance that out. You're becoming a person where you're immovable. Pound number two, it's like you're more unbothered. It's not easy for people to try to get a reaction out of you. You're going to be quick to cut it off. People only have one time to play in your face, pal number two. They only have one time. And once they play in your face, it's like you're getting really good at silent cutoffs, pal number two, because you're not going to sit here and address to somebody what they're doing wrong. You just are ending it because you understand, like, I know my value. I'm not going to be around a person that is pretending like they can't see it. And I'm damn sure not going to be around a person that can't see it. Okay? Paper airplanes could be significant, or airplanes. So you could be traveling more. You could become a person that's traveling for work, or this is something you do, or you're mentally traveling. So again, somebody could be wanting to write a book. You could write like really good sci-fi books if you wanted to. Pound number two. We have personal growth. Yes, you're growing. Yes. People cannot get the same version of you that they used to have. You're moving towards greater consciousness. The next card that we have is the High Priestess. So you, like I said, you know when people are trying to play in your face, and it only takes one time. I feel like this is not something people expect from you, pal number two, because they're so used to getting a second, third, fourth, 50th, and 100th and a millionth chance with you. But this time, there are no second chances. So you're becoming a person that you are standing on what you say, and you're revoking access to people who you used to give them access. You're revoking access. You're becoming a person, too, where you're not really going to reach out to people first anymore, pal number two, because I feel like you get tired of having to text people first. You get tired of checking up on people and ain't nobody checking up on you. You're reversing that energy and you're becoming detached. And detached doesn't mean that you don't care. It just means that you stop trying to control things and let things flow organically. You let things come to you instead of being in this energy of desperation. So you're learning how to allow things to flow. You're balancing out your feminine and masculine energies within you. Pile number two. That's who you're becoming. Look, we have Jupiter. So didn't I say good fortune? You have a lot of good fortune and you're expanding. Jupiter is about expansion. So your mindset is expanding, your bank account, your money is expanding. You're looking good, honey. Muscle for my man, you could be getting like more tone, more muscly. Okay, for my women out here, it's like the waist is snatched, honey. The waist is snatched. Okay, and even if you're non-binary, you could be changing up your hair. You could be getting new piercings and tats. You're looking really good, okay? And yeah, I feel like your beauty is also a blessing from the Most High because it's reflective of your heart, okay? And also, too, Spirit is saying, like, whatever you're wishing for, you're going to get it. So just be mindful of the things you wish for. You're going to get it. You could become a person that every time you say something is happening more and more because you're learning the art of manifestation. Somebody here could naturally have the gift of gab as well. That's what I'm picking up. We have the 11th house. So you're becoming a person that you are coming out of your shell and you're learning how to connect with like-minded individuals because maybe in the past you had bad experiences with friendships and groups, but you're learning how to align with groups and friends that have the same mindset and energies as you. They have the same belief systems as you. Yeah. I feel like you're also freeing people from bondage. You could be teaching people. I feel like you're affecting people on a collective level. So maybe you have some kind of platform. But the 11th house is the public. So you could be doing something in the public eye as well. It's not just the 10th house is the public. 11th is too. And it's like, it's also like society. So you could be advocating or you advocate for people in some way. So you're becoming a person that advocates for marginalized communities as well, marginalized areas as well. So you could be going to different places and like donating and like cleaning up the neighborhood. You could be raking the leaves. It's something like that. Like you could be volunteering more and doing things like that. And yeah, you're dedicating yourself to a cause. You could be doing that, like dedicating yourself to a cause because there's some philanthropy coming up. You could be donating as well. You're becoming a person that you're helping humanity. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to stutter, but you're helping humanity. I had to pause for a minute. And then it says wishes on this card. It says your hopes and wishes. Wow. There's something that you're wishing for, honey bun. It's coming your way, okay? In the near future. But because it says do it for the future, this makes me think about you breaking these generational curses. So there's something that you're going to do in this lifetime that you're going to free your ancestors because there's some type of situation that's going on. And I'm seeing that movie. Let me tell you the movie. So somebody here, you also could write music. You may resonate with pal number one as well because it's this movie. I think it's called Enchanto or Encanto. Let me look it up. Is this what it is? And this little boy wanted to be a musician. I don't think it's that. No, it's not Encanto, but that could resonate for somebody. I don't remember what it's called, but it's something. If you know in the comments, let me know. Remember, it was like his grandpa or whoever, they went to be a musician and then something happened. So they family had like, they didn't like that person wanted to be a musician because something happens. I don't know what it is. So I seen this years ago when I was like 18, so I don't remember. But I just remember it was like this little, he needed this little, it looks like a Ruffles chip, but it's not. It's like a leaf or something. And he needed it to like get to the spirit world to contact that ancestor. So you're healing something regarding your ancestry. The last card is authenticity. So there's something with writing again, because there's a typewriter. So you're becoming more authentic, even if it goes against your family's wishes, even if it goes against what people who know you expect of you. I feel like a lot of you are breaking out of this good girl image, this good boy image. And even if you're non-binary, you're breaking out of this people pleasing image and you're being your true self, even if that ruffles some feathers. Okay. That is who you are becoming, pal number 2. So thank you so much for tuning in. I love you so much. Mwah. Peace. Thank you. And last but not least, pile number 3. Who are you becoming? We're first going to read your channel messages, and then we're going to go to your cards. So pile number 3, you are learning to face your fears. You're becoming a person that is more at peace with yourself, and you are becoming more at peace with being misunderstood. You don't find the need to over-explain or get people to see you in a certain way, because you understand that their programming is going to dictate how they see you no matter what. So even if you are, a kind and generous person, a person that's programmed to see people a certain way, that's going to be how they see you. That's going to be what's running the show for that person. So there's nothing you can do. It's like you're understanding that if a person already has their mind made up about me, why am I going to go out of my way to change that? There's nothing that I can do. So you're learning how to let people have their perceptions of you without it penetrating you or without it, being something that hurts you deeply. You're moving on from that, and you can honestly care less what people think. So you're becoming a person that you don't really consider what people think. You don't give a fuck, right? Period. So you're becoming somebody who has a lot more courage. Cartoon Network could be significant. Courage the Cowardly Dog could be significant. I feel like somebody here needs to watch that, or you could be watching that. So that's just confirmation that this is your reading. But you're learning to validate your own emotions. And I have this here. You are not crazy, pal number 3. Somebody here might think they're crazy for their gifts, or you might think you're crazy for just feeling things and how you see the world. You're not. A lot of times people will tell you that you're crazy because it's a way that they can keep mistreating you. If they can get away with treating you badly, all they have to say is you're crazy, and then you're going to think you're crazy, and you're going to gaslight yourself and question whether or not they're hurting you. If you're getting hurt by somebody, you're not crazy, okay? You can feel the way that they're treating you. I feel like you've had a lot of experiences, pal number 3, where you're being like violated or hurt in some way, and then you tell that to that person and they say you're crazy. You're not crazy. You're just disrupting their illusion. They don't want you to see the truth. If they can say you're crazy, they can continue to manipulate you and how other people see you. That's just a tactic of people who are predatory, okay? And I feel like you're moving out of that energy, and you're becoming a person that you can recognize manipulation. You can recognize people who don't always have the best intentions. Your discernment is increasing at this time, okay? You're healing from childhood trauma. Self-care and self-love is very significant. You could be learning more about philosophy or creating your own philosophies in life. You could be going back to school, graduating. School could be very significant for you. Somebody could be getting another degree, and you're realizing that you are a beautiful person. You're becoming a person that you see your worth, and you know that when you enter somebody's life, it's for a reason, and you are a blessing. You're no longer downplaying your presence, is what Spirit is saying. Like, you are understanding that your presence holds a lot of weight in the lives of others. You're reaching a lot of new heights as well. This is a new era for you, pal number 3. You could be changing like a lot. Somebody could be cutting their hair. I'm seeing somebody have like long locks and they cut them and then they dye their hair. Or you could be growing locks at this time, or just there's something with your hair. You could be growing your hair out. Okay, that's significant. There's a shift. So some people here are growing their hair and some are cutting it and dyeing it or doing different things with it. Some people here could be getting new tattoos, getting tattoos removed, getting jewelry, like new piercings, getting piercings removed. There's a new era, like a rebirth. You are becoming somebody who is being rebirthed. You're going through this rebirth where you know yourself. You could even be rebranding. So let's say you have a YouTube channel or a platform or you sell things, you're rebranding your logo, you are rebranding your content, or you're changing the way you make content or how long it is. Okay, that's what's coming through. The next card that we have, well, I didn't even start with the first card. I'm over here talking about the next card. The first card that we have is clarity. So you are becoming a person that you have a lot of clarity. You remind me of, like, I don't know if you're into like Buddhism, pound number 3, but that's the energy that's coming through for you, like reaching nirvana and just being at peace. And a lot of people say Buddhism is like a philosophy, so that will make sense that came through. You're gaining a lot of clarity, and it's helping you to not take things personally, and it's helping you to live with ease. It's like you don't have to get stressed out and anxious over what other people are going to say or do, because you know you can't control them. So you're entering this energy of surrender, and it's helping you to let go and live your best life. Pound number 3, that is who you're becoming, a person that has a lot more clarity. You know how people are, you know how people move, so you can avoid certain situations. The next card that we have for you is sanctuary. You're becoming a person that's learning to enjoy their own company. So you may be spending more time at home, more time in solitude, but it's for a good reason, so that you can get to know yourself and really grow into who you are supposed to be. Somebody here could even be doing like bubble baths and stuff. Hey, take what resonates. Cancer. So again, being at home, healing from childhood trauma. You could be healing from mother wounds. You could be either healing a relationship with your mom, or realizing that something isn't going to change and being able to heal despite her not wanting to heal with you. Okay, so healing mother and father wounds could be very significant, especially mother wounds, especially if you didn't always have the best relationship with your mother. You could be healing that. And for those of you who have children, like, because you're healing this, it's going to make you a better mother to your children. It's going to help you see things you didn't see. Because a lot of times what I've noticed, sometimes like women who don't heal certain traumas before they have kids, they take on their mother's traits and don't even realize it. And then once they heal, they can see where they went wrong and repair. So you could be doing it at this time, whether you are male, female, or non-binary. Take what resonates. The next card is the ninth house. So you're learning things from a different perspective. I feel like you're learning how to put yourself in other people's shoes. You could have been the kind of person, pound number 3, where you've always seen things from your perspective. And I feel like you're learning how to experiment. And this is so beautiful. So I'm so glad you're doing this, because I've recently learned how to do this. Like, I've always done it, but I've learned how to do it more in depth. Let me put it that way. I've learned how to do it more in depth, but it's like really put yourself in somebody else's shoes and realize, like, why is this person acting like this? Like, what can cause that? And then you'll realize by putting yourself in their shoes that you probably will be acting like that too, regardless of what you say, because we always say we'll never do something, but given the circumstance, you don't know what you'll do. Okay. The next card we have is beauty. Oh, somebody could be studying law. Maybe you like law. Maybe you want to do like criminal justice, especially if you are in school. Somebody could be a law major, criminal justice, forensic, psychology. A lot of that is coming through. Somebody could even be in nursing as well. Or you could have like a radical major like I had, women, gender, and sexuality studies. Okay. Then we have the beauty card, and there's a peacock. So peacock feathers could be significant, or peacocks. But you are realizing your beauty. It's like a person looking in the mirror telling themselves that they are that person. So it's like you are learning how to rely on your own validation, so much so to where you don't need a second opinion. You don't need to call up other people and ask them if something looks right, because you are sure of yourself. You're becoming more sure of yourself. But you're also realizing that beauty that you have within. You could resonate with pound number 2, because you could be having a glow up as well within your beauty. There's something with beauty and seeing that. And I feel like you're finally seeing it. For years, you've been trying to reject it and say it's not real, but you are a beautiful person, and you don't need low vibrational people's validation to know that, okay? And the last card we have for you is the Hierophant. So you're more in tune with your spirituality. That's why I was picking up a Buddhist type of energy. I feel like you're learning to preserve your energy, and you're learning that, access to your energy is a privilege. You could be meditating more at this time, or just you could be reading like more ancient texts. because the emerald tabrets, the Kabbalah, and that kind of thing. Maybe you're researching that kind of thing. And I'm picking up Billy Carson. You could be watching Billy Carson videos, or you need to watch Billy Carson. He is amazing, especially the way he breaks things down. You could be into like Egyptian stuff because he talks about like the Anunnaki and that kind of thing, like, and just a higher level of consciousness. So yeah, that is what I'm picking up for you, pal number 3. Thank you so much for tuning in. And also check out my Tumblr. I've put some more readings on there. My Tumblr is like my garden of channel messages. So if I'm ever not posting, check out other platforms because I do post here and there. All right. Thank you so much. Mwah. Love you. Peace. Thank you.